Da 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 da. They're creepy and they're kooky. They're all a little hooky. Da 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 hooky. The Addams Family. Their house is a museum. You really wanna? They really are a scream. Now you wanna see them? The Addams Family. Hey guys, Steve-O here from Movies and TVs on the Ball, and I know Halloween is a couple months away, but Netflix has both the Addams Family and Addams Family Values on Netflix. So this is a video for Let's Make This a Netflix Night. I checked out Roku TV, and on Roku TV they have the original Addams Family, as you can see behind me, the television series that was released from like I want to say 19, for 2 seasons from 1964 to 1966 on ABC. The show basically, so I kind of watched the pilot. You had the cast of the Addams Family, such as Gomez Addams, played by John Ashton. You know John Ashton from films such as he was in the Twilight episodes, 100 Years Over the Rim, which starred Chris Robinson. You probably know him from his other film works include from 1968's Candy and Bunny O'Hara. In 1988, he was in Return of the Killer Tomatoes, and he was a janitor in Gremlins, The New Batch, and Gremlins 2, The New Batch, and he was also in The Silence of the Hams as well. You've got, as Morticia in this one, you have Caroline Jones. Caroline Jones, this is just kind of a Troy McClure, but Caroline Jones, you probably know her from Off Limits to the War of the Worlds from 1953. 3 Hours to Kill, The 7-Year Itch. Pretty much that's where I know her from. And you have Jack Cogan, who played Uncle Fester. Jack Cogan is best known for his roles. Let me check. He's got his own. He was in The Kid in 1921. The Buster Keaton Story in 1957. Lonely Hearts. His last role was The Prey in 1984 in film, and in 1907 in episodes of I Dream of Jeannie and Hawaii Five-0. His last film TV show role was Lakeland Raby in 1977. So he played Uncle Fester. But the plot is pretty much the plot in this episode, because I kind of wanted to do a video on the Addams Family movie and look at Addams Family Values, but I kind of thought, since I found the Addams Family original television show, just see what the pilot. So this is part of pilot Come Fly With Me. The plot is pretty much this: we have a truancy. The show stars the truancy basically, it has a truancy officer, where named Mr. Hillard, who visits the Addams' particular mansion, where he's greeted by, and I love this, the kind of deadpanned of Wednesday Addams, and on an airy, bizarre household aside, including, and so she invites him in, and as she's inviting him in, we see kind of bizarre household objects, like there's a moose head that kind of comes to life, headless, and she's carrying a headless doll, and we see Morticia work on. She's in the greenhouse working on a fly trap, which we kind of see a lot I kind of noticed that we saw that a lot in her pruning. We see Morticia cutting off roses and just leaving just the vines um, with the pokey thing. What is it called? Vines um, with the roses without the thorns on it. Yeah, that's what it is. Thorns on it, um, and we see um, kind of and Mr. Hiller's kind of walking through the thing, and she's working on she's kind of cutting things. Then we see Gomez Adams, the and I like his role as Gomez Adams. He's very enthusiastic. I can kind of see kind of the same thing that we saw with the excitement that Raul Julia did in the 1991 film. Um, and he steals the show with passionate love for Morticia, where he's kissing the you know he kind of kisses the arm of Morticia, but at the beginning of this one we see him sort of play with trains, and he's kind of playing with a model train, and as a model train goes around, he uses like a lever to blow it up, and and um, Mr. I'm trying to think of his name. Uh, Mr. Hillard is completely like shocked that he would do that. And the humor is I kind of like how this show we can kind of it's very I think the show shows very much of kind of the dark kind of twisted kind of sense of humor that was kind of it took the 60s Odyssey and Harriet and kind of flipped it on its side. I like the comedic. It's not. It's the Lurch is pretty cool. And the episode is cleverly satirized socialized norms, which we kind of see. But I'm looking at it. I guess since Addams Family the movie came out and the animated show, looking at this show, I can kind of see the bits and pieces of what the Addams Family films have, and they brought something. We see Fester with the light bulb in his mouth, where, as you can see up here, and that kind of is a comic that we kind of see. I've noticed that this Fester in the Addams Family television show is a lot more, kind of has that curly Three Stooges feel to him a little bit. We whereas in and I'm gonna kind of compare this video is kind of gonna compare the Addams Family movie to the television show, but like it's not whereas Pugsley and Wednesday try to basically kill each other in the Barry Sonnenfeld film, which I'll get into more detail in the film. This one, they're more they're more playful with it, but not like deadly. We see Pugsley sort of. Let's see. I think Pugsley is kind of making the dolls kind of grotesque, kind of like in a Sid way from Toy Story, which is kind of I think they played with it a lot more. I liked how this episode really brought sort of it's a really quick episode. It brought kind of the 60s to it. I think this one it really shows kind of what the what we kind of it shows kind of the backbones of what we saw in the Barry Sonnenfeld film. I wanted just to take a look at this. I think it works pretty good as a pilot. I do remember watching. I didn't really watch. This is the first time I've actually seen the black and white television show. I grew up mainly with the animated television show that came out right after the movie, but I wanted to kind of see kind of where the bits and pieces are, or kind of the blueprints of what we saw with Addams Family, the movie. So I'll be covering Addams Family. So I guess let me give you this. I do think this show really, the pilot episode really, we really have a really good, sense of structure of the Addams Family. I think the Addams Family, on Netflix night, we're going to talk about Addams Family, the movie with Raul Julia. That's just a connection with Street Fighter. But anyway, I think that more really brought the 90s spin to kind of this type of comedy. Let me know what your thoughts are on Addams Family, the television show. I'll give it, like, the pilot episode is pretty decent. I think the show, it's got that comedy. I think what makes this show work really well is it has a laugh track, which brought which I think was kind of the comedic stuff. But I can see the structure of the Addams Family movie kind of, since I've seen the movie, I think it really brought that. But the show really, I can see the blueprints of what the movie brought. So on a scale from 1 to 10, I give it 7, 8. Let me know, have you seen the live action Addams Family television show from the 60s? Did you grow up with it? Did you like it? Let me know in the comments below. Were you a fan of the show? And stay tuned for video number 2 on Addams Family the movie. I'm going to go more into detail. It's kind of a sequel to my Street Fighter film, just because Raul Julia, and it's on Netflix, so that's kind of what I want to do. But I figured this video would be a real quick kind of like look at kind of the blueprints of what it's going. I think it works great. I think it looks great. I think this show, is a great show for like Halloween time. I think I'd probably see this maybe back to back with an episode of The Twilight Zone. Maybe watch something with The Twilight Zone, real scary, and then kind of laugh my way into this. But let me know if you've seen the animated show as well that came out in the 90s. I think Addams Family Reunion with Tim Curry came out, and Daryl Hannah came out, I think, in 98. I'm not sure exactly what year, but this is video 1. I'll probably get to Addams Family 1 with the next video up, but this is Movie Monday, and da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. See you at the movies. We'll see you at the movies with popcorn and toofy. Dun dun. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.